All right, guys, it is coming up on 12:10 p.m. Central Time, and I want to welcome you, all of you, to this severe weather breakdown. And as you can see, there is now a brand new tornado watch for a good portion of northwestern Mississippi, southeastern Arkansas, the far northeastern portions of Louisiana, and southern Tennessee. Now, this watch will go until 7 o'clock this evening and will include the greater Memphis area. Oxford, Tupelo, Grenada, Columbus, Starkville, Yazoo City, Greenville, then Monroe, Louisiana, Pine Bluff, Arkansas, and of course the El Dorado, Arkansas area. Now, as you can see, there is the potential for a few tornadoes likely, some of which could be on the strong side. There is also the possibility of scattered hail up to lime size possible and scattered damaging straight line winds in excess of 75 miles per hour with this potential of severe weather. So this is a pretty significant situation for a good portion of Mississippi and southern Tennessee. Now, let me also say that the Storm Prediction Center, just like we talked about yesterday, has produced an enhanced risk of severe weather, and this does include the Oxford area, the Tupelo area, areas just north of the Highway 82 corridor, and areas south of the Memphis metro area. And anywhere in here in this orange shaded area, that is going to be the biggest concern of the possibility of tornadoes and a few strong tornadoes. Now, I know that up there in northeastern Mississippi and northwestern Alabama, there is already a couple of showers and thunderstorms. However, it is looking like that will not, I repeat, will not hurt the severe weather chance, unfortunately, a little bit later on today. However, if you are a little bit further off to the south, down here in the Tuscaloosa area, or down here into the southwest Alabama area, or in South Mississippi, the sun is actually out, and that is not good news if you actually see sun on a day like today, because this is going to be a pretty active day no matter where you guys are in the state of Mississippi or in the state of Alabama. So once again, I just wanted to do a quick little video and show you guys where exactly this severe weather is going to be. Now, once again, I am currently trying to share this with as many places as possible on social media, giving you guys just a little bit more time to jump on. So let's go ahead and start now. If you are in the central Mississippi area, the threat has been shifted a little bit further off to the north. If you are along the 20 corridor, which includes Vicksburg, Jackson, or Meridian, Mississippi, or points off to the south, you guys are now in the marginal risk area for isolated severe storms possible, damaging winds upwards of 60. A tornado cannot be ruled out, and hail to quarter sized. Now, if you are a little bit north of the area of Jackson over to Philadelphia, Yazoo City, and Flowood, Mississippi, you guys are in the slight risk for severe storms possible, damaging winds upwards of 60, hail up to quarter sized, and tornadoes are possible. And if you are in the far northern areas north of Cleveland, Mississippi, in the Delta, where you see the yellow shaded area right up there just south of through this evening, you guys are underneath severe storms likely, damaging winds upwards of 70, hail up to quarter sized, and tornadoes are possible. Now, anytime between now and 9 p.m. tonight, you guys can see the potential for severe weather across the southern portions of Mississippi, meaning the central and the southern portions of Mississippi. Now let's go a little bit further off to the north and check on our friends in Oxford, Tupelo, Corinth, Mississippi, South Haven, Mississippi, and Memphis, Tennessee. Strong to severe storms are possible, with the primary threats being damaging winds, localized flooding, and tornadoes. And this is for most of the Mid South, and the greatest chance of that is going to be in the enhanced risk area, which is the orange area here this afternoon into this evening. And your action is closely monitor updates and have multiple ways of receiving warnings. Now, once again, you can see that the primary threat is going to be straight line winds. However, you can see that the tornado threat has been increased into the moderate category, and as well as the potential for flooding is going to be there up in the Memphis metro area. Now, I wanted to also show you this real quick. This is actually the time frame of the most likely time for severe weather. If you are basically west of the Mississippi River, 12 to 3 o'clock today for the potential of damaging winds, flash flooding, tornadoes, and hail. If you are along a corridor from Memphis, Tennessee to Tunica to Clarksdale to Oxford to Holly Springs, Mississippi, 1 to 5 p.m. is your time frame. And then, of course, if you are over here in the Corinth to Tupelo over to Aberdeen, Mississippi, your threat is between 2 p.m. and 6 p.m. this evening. So that is the situation that we have ongoing right now across the northern and central Mississippi areas. Now, anytime that you guys have straight line winds, sorry, I had to find that graphic. But anyway, anytime that you have straight line winds can exceed 100 miles per hour and affect a large area. Strong winds can knock over semi trucks, trees, and power lines. When you are underneath a severe thunderstorm warning today because of the volatile atmosphere that we have out there, stay indoors away from windows. Avoid trees, power lines, and objects that could blow around. And if you are driving, slow down and keep two hands on the wheel. This is going to be potentially a very significant threat of damaging straight line winds and a few tornadoes. And especially if you are up here in the tornado watch area right now, or if you are in the orange shaded area across southern Tennessee and, of course, North Mississippi. And this is going to be generally, let me just go ahead and tell you right now, let me make this very, very simple for you guys to understand. Here is the greatest risk, in my opinion, and the Storm Prediction Center's opinion today for the most significant severe weather. It is going to be from a line south of the Memphis, Tennessee area over to Corinth, Mississippi, and all the way down to the Highway 82 corridor. If you are in that corridor, you have the potential of seeing a couple of tornadoes, some of which could be strong and damaging straight line winds. So once again, Tunica to Memphis, over to Corinth, all the way down to the Highway 82 corridor and points in between, that is your threat of seeing severe weather today. And the most intense areas will be in between Oxford, Tupelo, Aberdeen, Columbus, Corinth, Indianola, and Tunica, Mississippi. Also, South Haven and Olive Branch, Mississippi as well. And one more little town that I do need to throw out there, Hernando, Mississippi as well, is under the threat of seeing severe storms later this afternoon and this evening. And once again, if you are in the Oxford, Mississippi area, your severe weather threat is going to be between 1 and 5 p.m. Tunica and Clarksdale, 1 to 5 p.m. as well. And if you were in the Tupelo, Corinth, or Aberdeen, Mississippi areas, 2 until 6 o'clock this afternoon and this evening. And if you're just now joining me, there is a brand new tornado watch that was issued about 20 minutes ago, and this does include a small portion of southeastern Arkansas, northern Louisiana, southern Tennessee, and then pretty much all of North Mississippi, north of the Jackson, Mississippi metro area, all the way up to Memphis. So that is the area of concern right now for the potential of a couple of tornadoes later today and tonight, and scattered wind gusts up to 75 miles per hour are likely, and that can do as much damage, if not more, than a tornado. So that is the situation that we have ongoing right now. And I would also like to say thank you to all of the people that are watching. Just a second. I apologize for the screen going dark there. So there is your brand new tornado watch that basically does include the Memphis metro area, all the way down to just north of the Jackson, Mississippi area, and just off to the southeast of Little Rock, Arkansas, and then of course down here just off to the northeast of the Shreveport, Louisiana area. And I can actually zoom in here and show you a couple of areas that are underneath the tornado watch right now: Starkville, Columbus, Greenville, and then up here towards Oxford, Tupelo, and then the Memphis area and the Corinth, Mississippi area. And then, of course, you can see that the enhanced risk goes all the way to just off to the north of the Highway 82 corridor. And I will actually put the Highway 82 corridor on there for you. And basically, it is this line right here that is coming through the Starkville area and the Columbus, Mississippi area. So that is the Highway 82 corridor, and the enhanced risk actually goes just off to the north of that, maybe 5 or 6 miles. So if you are along the Starkville area, if you are near the area along the Highway 82 corridor, you guys need to prepare for the potential of a couple of strong tornadoes later on this afternoon and this evening, and especially if you are over here basically towards the Oxford and the Tupelo area right now. Now, all of this rain is, unfortunately, it looks like it is not going to be an issue, and it is not going to rob the atmosphere of its energy, which we often do like to see, because then that would lessen the threat of severe weather. However, it does not look like that's going to happen as of right now. And the good news is I'm not seeing any signs of rotation with any of these storms that are out there right now. However, that will be changing within the next few hours, because there is the possibility of a couple of thunderstorms with damaging winds and tornadoes this afternoon, through 7 o'clock for anybody that is in the yellow shaded box, because that is currently where your tornado watch is located right now in relation to Mississippi. And this is how close that the watch comes down to in the Jackson, Mississippi metro area. As you can see, it comes all the way up to Yazoo City and then cuts off right there in Yazoo County, Mississippi. So that is the situation that we have ongoing. As always, I will be here to provide severe weather coverage for you guys in the event that we do get a tornado warning across any portion of Mississippi later today. And of course, I will be watching things as they progress. So make sure you keep it tuned right here for the latest weather information and keep abreast of the latest weather warnings later today and tonight across the Mid-South and, of course, across central Mississippi. I hope you guys have a great rest of your afternoon, and I will see you guys a little bit later on. If you are watching me in the great state of Alabama, please stay tuned because I am about to switch over and talk about the great state of Alabama and what you can expect over there in the Alabama area.